What is up lads, Andre here and welcome to my FIFA 15 potential ratings or predicted ratings or whatever you would like to call it. In this episode we're going to look at 4 players, and that is, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, it is Robben, Paul Pogba, Neymar and Diego Costa. So let's just get straight into the first player then, which is Robben. On the left hand side you can see his FIFA 14 card, and on the right hand side you can see my predicted FIFA 15 card. So I've given him a +1 on the overall. He's now an 89 rated. I've given him +2 on pace because he's now the world's fastest player. He outpaced Ramos in the World Cup, so that's why I think he deserves 94 pace. Could probably have 95 pace. He should definitely have more pace than any other player in Ultimate Team, as he is the world's fastest player at the moment. I've given him +1 on shooting, +1 on passing, +1 on dribbling. His defending stays the same and his heading goes up by 1. Now, I haven't watched overly a lot of Bayern Munich this season, but I've watched a few games, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm an expert, but I've been searching a little bit around, and apparently he's had a very good season, his best season in a long time. And if you look at some of his stats as well, he's had a very good season by the looks of it, because in the Bundesliga he's played 28 games for Bayern Munich and he has scored 11 goals and had 6 assists, which is not bad for a winger. But in the Champions League he has played 10 games, had scored 4 goals and had 6 assists, which is very, very good for a right winger. So he's had a very good season. He's been very, very good in the World Cup as well. I'm not quite sure how much the World Cup is going to count towards the FIFA 15 card, but I'm sure it's going to count a little bit. So he's had a very good season, Robben, and he deserves that upgrade up to an 89, and he will be a very, very good card on FIFA 15. Then moving on to the second player of this video, and that is going to be Paul Pogba. As you can see, I've given him a +3 on the overall up to an 84. He's had one hell of a season. He is one hell of a player as well. It's just such a shame that we had to let him go. Like, that was probably Sir Alex Ferguson's biggest and probably only mistake when he was at United, and that was to let him go. Obviously he wanted to leave as well because he didn't get to play, but that is very, very sad because he is such an amazing midfielder now, and I'm sure in a few years time he will be the best midfielder in the world. As you can see, I've given him +1 pace. He's not the quickest in my opinion, but he's got some decent pace on him. I've given him 4+ shooting because he's got one hell of a shot. Most of his goals are long shots. He's got such an amazing right foot. And I've given him +2 on passing, +1 on dribbling, +2 on defending, and his heading stays the same. I've also upgraded his skill moves to 4-star skills, which I think he deserves because he does quite a few skills. He can do roulettes and stuff, which you can do with 3-star skills. So, but you know, he goes past players so easily. He can do step overs and all that lot. So he's got a few skills on him as well, and he is just such an amazing player, as I've said. Now, he got a team of the season card on FIFA as well. Robben also got a team of the season card, which obviously indicates that they have had a very good season. So yeah, like, I think he deserves that 84 upgrade. A lot of people actually saying 85, 86 on him. Like, I wouldn't blame EA if they upgrade him that much, because he's one hell of a player. Like, he's only 21 years of age, but he's not the best at the moment, but I'm sure he will be in a few years time because he's not far off. Like, he is a perfect holding midfielder. Like, he can defend and he can go forward and he's got pace. You know, he's got everything for a holding midfielder. So such an amazing player in real life. Then moving on to our third player, and that is going to be Neymar. On the left hand side you see his 84 rated striker card on FIFA 14. I've upgraded him to an 85 and also changed his position to a left winger because that is where he plays the majority of the games for Barcelona, and that is where he plays for Brazil as well. We don't get to see him anymore this World Cup, sadly, because he is now injured, but I'm sure he's going to step up his game for Barcelona next season because he's not had a best season this season. Like, he's got 15 goals and 15 assists in total, and he's got 9 goals and 10 assists in 26 appearances in the BVA this season, which is not bad. But he's just not been playing that much either. Like, he's coming on a lot as a sub, and he's had a few injuries as well. So he's not been playing that much. So hopefully next season we'll see a lot more of him. Obviously for Brazil, he is a star man, and he's just such a wonderful player when he plays for Brazil, and it's such a shame that we don't get to see him anymore this World Cup. But I'm sure we'll see a lot more of him next season for Barcelona. He's not had a bad season or anything, but he's just not had a good season either. But as I've said, he's had a few injuries and he hasn't been playing that much. So I think that 85 rated card, I think that's about right for him. Then moving on to the fourth and final player, which is going to be Chelsea's new signing, Diego Costa. Now, I can't really see him getting a massive upgrade because he already got an upgrade from 83 to an 84, so I can't really see him being any higher than an 85. Like, I've seen a few people giving him an 86, but I just don't think that. But he could get an 86 though, but I think that 85 suits him, to be honest. Like, if they include his World Cup, then he's definitely not going to get anything more than an 85 because he was absolutely dreadful. Like, in the middle of the season, I would say that Diego Costa was a really, really good signing for Chelsea. But if you look at the end of the season, where he had a few injuries, and if you look at the World Cup, then he wasn't that good. Like, in the World Cup, he was absolutely dreadful. So, I'm kind of starting to think that he could become that flop. I don't really think so, but I've seen a lot of people say that he's going to flop like Torres did and blah blah blah, which I can't see that happening now, actually. But obviously, I think he's going to do okay for Chelsea. Like, he is a top class striker though, but his form lately has been pretty shit. So it's going to be interesting to see what Mourinho does to Costa. But I think that 85 rated card is about right for him as well. His pace stays the same because I don't think he's that quick, to be honest. I've given him +2 shooting. He's got a very good shot on him and he's a very, very good finisher. Giving him +1 passing because that's kind of like standard when he goes up a rating. I just give him +1 passing. Like, even though like 60 passing, 61 passing, it's not that big of a deal anyway, but it's one of them standard upgrades that you do get when you upgrade his card. I've also given him +1 on dribbling. As you saw for Atletico Madrid last season, he could go past a man and then finish it off. So he's got some decent dribbling on him. His defending stays the same and his heading goes up by 1. He is quite good in the air. He's tall and strong as well, which obviously helps him a lot. His skill moves and weak foot stays the same. I was kind of thinking about giving him 4-star weak foot, but I looked through a couple of goals and his weak foot didn't look too impressive. He scored a few goals with his left foot, but it was not the hardest goals to score either with his left foot. So I decided to stick that on 3-star. And I think that is about right. But that is going to be the end of this video. Let me know if you agree or disagree with my ratings. Feel free to leave some players that you want me to cover. And thank you very much for watching. And I will see you guys next time.